Namaste. My name is Lori White, and today we'll be focusing on building our inner fire, since currently today we've got a few inches of snow out there. And as I was shoveling the, 9 inches or whatever that we have this morning, I was just thinking about, winter time is very Hatha season, and Hatha refers to a constitution in our Ayurvedic sister science of yoga. And typically, you're very withdrawn and very quiet, and we tend to not move around as much. And so I was thinking today, helping to raise the other constitutions and balance, and focus on stoking our inner fire, and maybe even that stoking would allow us to be more involved in community in a way, and not so withdrawn during this time. So with that, I'll invite you to come into a comfortable seat, whatever that may look like for you. That can include lying down, it could be standing with the back against the wall, or sitting in Sukhasana, where the legs are crossed. And I prefer to sit on a blanket or a block, and that just allows me to lift the pelvic bowl so that my knees and hip flexors can relax. So always an option there. Taking a moment here and beginning to either close down the eyes or set the gaze upon one point. Take a deep breath in and exhale it out. Just allow the body to become heavy for a few moments here as we sink in into all that we are today. Giving ourselves permission to be wherever we are, mentally, physically, and emotionally, and then to meet ourselves wherever we are. Scanning the body from the head down to the toes, and just checking in with the sensations that we're feeling today. Extending our awareness out into our surroundings, noticing the sounds occurring inside our space. Knowing that we are practicing in a safe space, a comfortable space. And then focusing the internal gaze upon the breath. Not altering it at this time, but just observing. The inhalation, the exhalation, and the pauses between the two. On your next inhalation, we'll inhale through the nose, drawing the breath deep down into the lower lobes of the lungs, allowing the stomach to expand and then the chest. And when you are ready to exhale, drawing the navel into the spine, pushing the air back up and out through the nose. Not focusing on matching counts or anything like that, but just noticing the inhalation, the exhalation, and then the pauses between the two. Noticing the expansion as well as the contraction or the deflation. Soften the shoulders, soften the forehead. More breaths here. And then add adding a little bit of movement. We'll inhale, you're welcome to open the eyes or keep them closed. Reaching arms up overhead. And exhale, bringing the hands down to the heart center. Continuing on your next inhalation, reaching arms up. Exhaling, palm to palm, in front of the heart. One last time, reaching up. Exhale, palms coming down. And take a moment here, pressing thumbs into sternum. And giving ourselves permission to be wherever we are today. And also to practice ahimsa. And with ahimsa means non-violence. And on our mat, that could be not bringing ourselves any pain, as well as not judging ourselves. So letting go of how we feel we think we should look. And again, just allowing ourselves to be present in the moment. As we exhale, releasing hands down to mat. Pressing the tailbone down towards the floor, lifting the chest. Deep breath here. Next exhalation, we'll walk the hands forward. It doesn't matter how we are seated. As you inhale, allow yourself to inhale, flowing up, lengthening the chest, reaching for the wall in front, and exhale, and releasing back down towards the floor. Doesn't matter how far down we extend. Inhale, slowly rise, and exhale, fold. As we inhale, walking the hands halfway towards the knees. Lift chest, feel to root the tailbone down to the earth. And as you exhale, walking both hands over toward the right. Feel to keep left hip down onto the mat or hip toward heel. Deep breath here. Vision possibly drawing the breath into the left side body. Inhale slowly back to center. Exhale, fold. Continuing to feel to draw the tailbone down towards the earth. On your next inhalation, walking hands halfway towards knees, rooting tailbone down, lifting chest. Exhale, walking hands over toward the left. And this time, feeling to draw right hip back or right hip toward heel. Slowly inhaling back to center, exhaling and fold. Walking the hands all the way up towards the knees. And if we're sitting cross-legged, we'll go ahead and switch which leg is in front. And from here, we'll inhale, arms reaching up, and then exhaling, bringing the arms out into a V, if you will, squeezing shoulder blades together, lifting chest. Deep breath. As you exhale, tucking chin towards chest, rounding spine, soften elbows. Inhale once again, chest rises, squeeze shoulders blades. Envision that you're holding a pencil between the shoulder blades. Exhale, tucking chin toward chest, fingertips to touch, soften elbows. One last round. Inhale, chest rises, squeezing. Exhale and fold. Meeting in a neutral spine, arms alongside the body. Taking a moment here, as you inhale, drawing the elbows, the shoulders up to the ears, making fist with the hands, squeeze the glutes, squeeze all the muscles as you exhale, let it go. 2 more times. So whenever you are ready, inhale, draw it all up and in, squeeze, 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 exhale, let it out. One last time. And then shrug the shoulders up and down. I like to always envision like a backpack or something with all that gunk and sand and bubblegum wrappers, and you're just shaking that all out. And slowing down and rolling the shoulders back. Exaggerated movement here is fine. And then pausing. From here we'll meet on our hands and knees and tabletop. I'm going to use a blanket here underneath my knees. So knees are stacked hip width apart, wrists underneath shoulders, hands are spread wide. Drawing elbows inward, grounding down, press the earth away, engaging abdomen, protecting lumbar spine. Toes can turn under, or you can press the tops of the feet into the mat. Either is fine. Taking a deep breath in, sinking abdomen down, lifting chest forward in our cow pose. And as we exhale, tucking chin towards chest, pressing the vertebrae up towards the ceiling, coming into our cat. As you exhale, maintaining this arch in the spine, begin to draw it all the way back toward the lumbar spine or toward the glutes. Maybe toes come under, maybe hips come back towards heels. Deep breath. Slowly inhale, coming back up as you ground into the shins and into the hands. Pausing. Neutral tabletop. From here, shift weight over to the left leg as we inhale, right leg rises, extending out, pressing through the heel, toes towards the knee, abdomen's engaged, protecting lumbar spine. Press the earth away with the hands. Deep breath here. Exhale, releasing right leg. As you inhale, left leg rises. Grounding through the hands. Pressing through the heel, toes come in toward the knee. Exhale, gently release. Inhale, right leg once again. Possibly we stay right here, or we inhale left arm alongside the left ear, reaching through the toes and through the fingers. Engaging abdomen, lifting at mid-back up. Exhale, gently release. Inhale, opposite side, or just the left leg. This is your hour. Make it your own. These are all just options. Exhale, gently lowering down. Shifting the weight toward the toes. Well, actually, let's extend the right leg back and then the left. Meaning in our plank pose, knees can then release down if that's comfortable or more comfortable for you today. Grounding into the hands, pressing hips back and up, meeting in our downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Focus on pressing the hips up and back as you give yourself a generous bend in the knees. If you have any lower back issues, any hamstring tightness or SI joint issues, maybe bending your knees a little bit deeper as you press into the hands. Elbows come inward and like we're opening a jar. And then, yes, so we get that external rotation. Deep breath here. From here, bending knees deeply, walking feet toward hands. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, fold. Hands can come to blocks. They can come to the seat of a chair. They can come to the shins. Focusing, placing the flexion in the hips though, instead of the lower back. Grounding down into the feet. As we inhale, bending knees, tucking chin to chest, and press ourselves up towards the sky. Reaching up, Urdhva Hastasana, and down to mountain Tadasana. Mountain pose is a very active pose, or the way I teach it. So feet can be a comfortable width apart, and we ground down into the feet, lifting the inner arches. So if you could envision pressing the ankles toward one another and then rolling them forward. And it allows us to engage the entire legs. Shoulders come back and down. Reach up through the crown of the head. So we're grounding, pressing into the earth and reaching up at the same time. As we inhale, arms reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. As we exhale, bending knees, folding forward, Uttanasana, or forward fold. Inhale, bending knees, lifting the torso, coming halfway up, reaching through the crown of the head and the tailbone, relaxing shoulder blades down the back. Nice long spine here. As you exhale, fold. Grounding into the feet, press into the heels as we reach the arms up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana, and again, down into Tadasana, or mountain pose. Deep breath here. Take a moment and notice the sensations occurring throughout the body. Become aware of any thoughts or emotions that may arise. From here, we'll inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, swan dive down into our forward fold, shifting the weight to the left foot, right leg steps back, right knee down. Inhale, arms reach up, pressing into the left foot, drawing the left hip back, right hip forward. Exhale, hands come down, stepping left foot back to meet the right knee. Deep breath in, meet in tabletop. So we'll draw the knees in underneath the hips, sinking abdomen down, lifting chest. And as we exhale, turning toes under, and make our way up into our downward facing dog. Maybe stepping feet back a little, pressing into the hands, giving yourself that generous bend in the knee if that's where we are today. Shifting the weight to the left leg, right leg steps forward between the hands. Left knee down. Inhale, low lunge. Press into the right foot. Shift right hip back, left hip forward. Engage abdomen, protecting lumbar spine. Squeeze inner legs toward one another. Exhale, hands come down toward mat. Toes turn under, big step forward. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, fold. Bending knees, tucking chin to chest, reverse. Grounding into the feet as we reach up to the sky. Exhale, mountain pose. So going through that same Surya Namaskar, sun salutation, once again, see if we can balance effort and ease this time. See if we can find comfort in the pose. So we'll inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, soften knees as we fold forward into our Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway rise. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Stepping left leg back, left knee down. Inhale, arms rise. They can be in cactus arms if that's more comfortable. Lifting chest. Scissoring legs toward one another. So squeezing inner thighs, adductors. Exhale, arms come down. Stepping right leg back to meet left. We'll draw the knees in again, meeting in our tabletop. As we inhale, abdomen sinks down, chest reaches forward. As we exhale, toes turn under, pressing hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a moment, maybe step it out. Pause, press into the hands, reach the hips back, soften knees. Shifting weight to the right leg, left leg steps forward, right knee down, meeting in our lunge. Sinking hips down, reaching chest forward, soften shoulders down the back, squeeze the inner thighs. Exhale, hands come down toward the mat. Big step forward, multiple small steps. However we feel comfortable getting there. Meeting in Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, fold. Bending knees, tucking chin towards chest. Ground into the feet, and when you are ready, press into the earth as we reach arms overhead. Meeting into Tadasana. Taking a moment here, notice the energy we've created. Deep breath in and exhale it out. Shifting the weight to the left leg, right leg steps back. And coming up onto the ball of the foot, I am going to widen my stance. So stepping my right leg towards the long edge of the mat. Sinking hips down, squeezing glutes. So this time left hip comes back, right hip forward, pelvic bowl is neutral. Reaching arms up. Deep breath here. As you exhale, sink down into your pose today, whatever that may look like. And just know that it's okay if you do not look the same. As we exhale, bringing arms down into cactus arms, lifting chest, squeezing those inner thighs toward one another, keeping the lower half of the body, so our lunge. And as we inhale, arms rise. Exhale, drawing elbows down once again into cactus. Keeping the arms in cactus, this time as we inhale, lengthen the left leg. And as we exhale, bend the left leg. As we inhale, bending back leg. And as we exhale, lengthen. One more breath here. Deep breath in, exhale. Hands come down toward the mat. Stepping left leg back to meet right. Downward facing dog. Make adjustments here that are comfortable for you. Deep breath in and exhale it out. If you notice that you're generating heat, give yourself permission to exhale with an open mouth. One more breath in. Shifting the weight to the left leg, right leg rises, placing it between the palms. And I already know I will need to widen my stance so I feel stable. So I'm going to heel toe the right foot towards the long edge of the mat. When I feel grounded and secure, squeezing glutes, inhale slowly, coming up. Meeting in our Ashtachandrasana or our high lunge. Back leg is nice and long. Right hip back, left hip forward, pelvic bowl neutral. Arms reach up, chest reaches for the wall in front. Deep breath here. Inhale, arms rise. As we exhale, arms move into cactus. One more time, inhale, arms rise. Exhale, moving into cactus. Pause here. On our next inhalation, lengthen right leg. Exhale, bend. Deep breath in. As we exhale, bending left knee. Inhale, lengthen. Pause here. One more time, inhale, arms rise. Exhale, bend. Deep breath in. As we exhale, bending left knee. Inhale, lengthen. Pause here. Pause here. On our next inhalation, lengthen right leg. Exhale, bend. Deep breath in. As we exhale, bending left knee. Inhale, lengthen. Pause here. On our next exhalation, releasing hands down towards the floor. Either big step or multiple small steps, stepping left foot to meet right. Inhale, halfway rise. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Let it all out. Bending knees, grounding into the left foot, stepping right leg back, and then drawing the heel down to the mat. Grounding into left foot, right arm rises as torso comes up, reaching back behind, meeting in Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana 2. Pausing here, noticing left knee, drawing the left knee out so you can see your first toes. Stacking shoulders over the pelvic bowl. Deep breath here. Relax the shoulders down the back. Feel the energy as you ground into the earth, reach up through the crown of the head. Allow yourself to feel strong, stable, rooted. As you exhale, releasing right hand down, inhale, left arm rises. One more breath here. Inhale, slowly coming back into Virabhadrasana 2, maintaining integrity of the front leg. And on our next exhalation, begin to reach as far forward as you can. Lengthen left leg, and as you exhale, bring the hand down, possibly to a block on the outside of the foot, or maybe to the shin, as we meet in Utthita Trikonasana, or triangle pose. Feel to draw hips back, and then open. Right arm can reach up, it can stay at the hip as you draw the shoulder back. Any SI joint issues, back foot steps inward and outward. So we widen the stance. All are great options here. Sometimes I actually like to use the seat of a chair for this pose. Staying here, as we exhale, right arm, reach it over along the right ear. Just see how this feels. Notice any lengthening in the side body. Give yourself a soft bend in the left knee, being mindful not to hyperextend. Softening left knee deeply, so deep bend here. Ground into the left foot as we inhale, coming up, meeting with a wide stance. So turning the toes so they face the front or side of the room. They're parallel with the short edges of the mat. Grounding down into the four corners of the feet, lifting those inner arches. Reach up through the crown of the head. Soften knees. And as we exhale, hinge forward at the hips. So half fold here, pressing hips back, reaching crown of the head in the opposite direction. Soften knees. Reach arms alongside the body as if you're trying to extend the fingertips to the wall behind you. Abdomen's engaged, protecting lumbar spine. Broaden the shoulders. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Next exhalation, bend knees deeply as we release the hands down towards the floor or to a block. Any supports we're using today. Deep breath in and exhale it out. As you inhale, inhale, lifting torso, halfway rise. Maintaining the inner arch in the foot, lengthening the spine, and placing the left hand directly underneath the chest, right hand to the hip. As you inhale, begin to rotate, drawing right shoulder back. Maybe right arm rises, doesn't have to. the right knee. If it feels uncomfortable, maybe turning the toes slightly or giving yourself that generous bend in the knee. Deep breath here. One more breath. And as we exhale, soften knees, bringing right arm down to meet left, taking a deep breath in and exhale it out. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Right hand stacks underneath chest, left hand to the hip. Inhale, lengthen spine. As you exhale, rotate left shoulder to the left. Gaze can be to the left. Maybe left arm rises, maybe it doesn't. Deep breath here. Be mindful of left knee. Giving both knees a soft bend. Exhale, gently releasing left hand down. Deep breath in, lengthen spine. Exhale, fold. As you inhale, lengthen as if you're curling out of the tailbone. Bending knees, inhale, coming all the way up. Shoulders come back and down. And this time we'll turn the toes to the opposite side of the room. So my right toes are going to turn to the wall that was behind me before. Walking the right foot out towards the long edge of the mat. Back foot will press the heel back as the toes slide in. Inhale, feeling to draw the left hip open and meeting in our Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Bending, wag my stance a little too much. Bending the right knee. Stacking shoulders over pelvic bowl, grounding into the feet, lifting the inner arches. Again, seeing if we can balance ease and effort. One more breath here. And as we inhale, releasing left arm down, right arm rises, lengthening the front of the body. Inhale, coming back into our Virabhadrasana 2, lengthening right leg, reaching forward as far as you can, and as you exhale, bringing right hand down to a block, maybe to the seat of a chair, maybe all the way down to the mat, or to our shin, and focusing on drawing the hips forward as we draw the left shoulder and left hip back and open. Softening the bend in the right knee so it's not hyperextended. Left arm can reach up. It can stay at the hip. Again, if I have any SI joint issues or hamstring issues, I'm going to step the left leg inward and out. As we exhale, seeing how it feels if we extend the left arm over alongside the left ear. Opening up the entire side of the body. Softening. Right foot, inhale, coming up. Arms reach out, toes turn forward. Exhale, arms down alongside the body. And taking a moment here and just shrug the shoulders. Let it go. So feet are parallel once again with the short edges of the mat. We'll inhale, arms reach up. As we exhale, softening knees, press hips back as this time we reach for the wall in front. Engage abdomen, protecting lumbar spine. Notice the difference here. This one, for some reason, it seems much more difficult to me. Soften knees, reach forward, ground into the feet as we inhale, pressing up, reaching up. As we exhale, toes turn out, heels turn in, sinking hips down, elbows come in alongside the body, meeting in goddess pose. Being mindful of the pelvic bowl, so it's neutral position. Again, not exacerbating the lumbar spine. Deep breath here. Press into the heels. Inhale, lengthen the legs. Reach up through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, fold, or not fold, but sink the hips down. Maybe give yourself a little bit of a bounce or sway side to side if that resonates with you. Pause, ground into the heels and reach up through the crown of the head. Gently releasing arms, heel, toe, feet in. Shoulders back and down, meeting in Tadasana. Deep breath in and exhale it out. Noticing the body, becoming aware of the sensations occurring throughout the body, becoming aware of any emotions or thoughts that arise. Just acknowledge them, and if the eyes are closed, we'll go ahead and open them and shake out the body. Just kind of let everything go for a moment. Moving into balancing postures. So if you feel today that you may want to have a chair handy or a wall, by all means, you are welcome to move closer to a wall or grab a chair. And sometimes it's just a mental thing where you may not even use it, but it's just nice to know that it's there. So from here, we'll come into a mountain pose, into our Tadasana. Ground down into the feet, lift the inner arches, shoulders back and down, and then set our drishti, or our gaze. So find something that we can focus on and not have to significantly move the head. Soften knees. Ground into the left foot as you come up onto the toes of the right. Engage abdomen, level out hips. Reach up through the crown of the head. As you begin to squeeze the glutes, drawing right knee up. Doesn't matter how high the foot comes up. And pause here. Press through the heel, toes toward the knee. Maybe right hand comes to the knee. And as we exhale, we draw the knee out to the right. But being mindful that we are working with our range of motion. So I began to draw my knee a little too quickly and a little too far to the right. My left hip was turning. I want the left hip to remain so that I'm facing forward. So maybe I don't draw my knee so far out to the right, and that's fine. From here, maybe left arm extends out just to help counterbalance. Deep breath. Inhale, slowly drawing knee back to center. Left hand comes to the outside as right arm reaches out. And gently release down. Shake it out. Let go of any frustrations. Those are definitely can add to holding on the next side. So again, when you're ready, meeting in mountain pose, shoulders back and down, reaching out through the crown of the head. Vision roots growing from the feet into the earth. Shifting weight to the right leg as you come up onto the toes of the left. Level out hips, engage abdomen, reach up. When you are ready, inhale, left leg rises. Squeeze glutes. 3 muscles there, powerhouse. Deep breath here. Maybe left hand comes to the knee and we begin to draw the knee out to the left, but being mindful of the right hip as we work within our own range of motion. Opposite arm can counterbalance. If I feel unsteady, I'm gonna bend my standing leg a little bit deeper. So shorten the lever. Slowly inhaling back to center. Right arm comes to the outside of the left leg. Maybe left hand extends out. Exhale and gently dissolve. Step it out. And let it all go. And from here, let's come down onto the mat, meaning on our seat. Flat feet to the floor in front. Working on Navasana or our boat pose. Welcome to use a block here if that's comfortable. So the hands underneath the thighs. Begin to lean back, engaging abdomen, and we land on the sacrum or that triangular bone. It's kind of like a tripod where you begin to kind of notice you can balance a little. From here, maybe we lift a leg, maybe we lift both, or use our blocks and have the toes onto them, or maybe toes onto the floor. When you feel ready, maybe a foot comes up, engaging abdomen, lengthen through the spine, maybe both. You feel comfortable here, maybe you release the arms, reaching forward, but broaden the shoulders. So shoulders come back into the sockets, chest reaches, and hold. Not holding the breath, but holding the pose. Allowing yourself to find or balance that ease and effort. As you exhale, lowering all the way down, opening arms and legs wide into a star. Deep breath in and exhale it out. From here, extending legs straight out of the hips and drawing the right knee in towards the chest. Flexing both feet, so pressing through the heels. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, begin to draw the right knee toward the underarm, so maybe outside the body. Holding here. One more breath. On our next inhalation, we'll bring the flat foot up towards the floor, or up towards the ceiling. Maybe the hand reaches to the outside of the foot or the inside of the foot and begins to draw the knee toward the mat as we come into a half happy baby. Feel to draw the tailbone down towards the earth. As we exhale, dissolving the pose, releasing the right foot, extending right leg long. Inhale, left knee draws into the chest. Both feet are flexed. And as we exhale, releasing the knee toward the outside of the body as if we're drawing it up under the underarm. Left hand can reach for the outside or the inside of the bottom of the foot as we inhale, lifting the flat foot up towards the ceiling. We're also welcome to use a strap here if that's more comfortable or gives us a little bit more access. Feeling again to draw the tailbone down towards the floor. You exhale, dissolving, releasing left leg, extending left leg long, and gently shake out the legs. Bringing flat feet to the mat, mat width apart. So the edges of the feet are near the edges of the mat, and allowing the knees to tend to end, getting some internal rotation of the hips. Arms can reach out into a T. Just taking a deep breath in and exhaling it out. Palms facing down. Pointing the knees up towards the ceiling, realigning the heels. And as you exhale, releasing both knees over toward the right, allowing left hip to come up. Maybe the right leg or right foot stacks on top of the left knee. Just adding a little bit of extra weight here. We're not forcing the left knee down to the mat. Just a little bit more body weight to open up the IT band. Slowly with awareness, inhaling back to center. Returning the right flat foot down to the mat. And as we exhale, releasing both legs over to the left. Maybe left foot stacks on top of right knee. Again, these are all just options. Slowly with awareness, inhaling, bringing the knees back up to center, returning left flat foot down to the mat, and again allowing the knees to tuck in as you release the lower back down towards the floor. Deep breath in and exhale it out. You're welcome to stay here or extending legs long, arms alongside the body, palms facing up, coming into your final Shavasana resting pose, however is comfortable for you. If you'd like a blanket, just let me know. I'm happy to get one. Place it over the body. Taking a deep breath in and exhale it out. Allowing the body to become heavy as it begins to sink down into the mat, into the earth. Energy body is light. That hovers above. It's like a warm hug. Allowing the forehead to soften, fingertips to curl, releasing the bottom jaw, allowing the tongue to drop. Knees, feet, and ankles turn out. And allowing yourself to just be present. stomach to expand and then the chest. And exhale it away. Noticing this breath. Doing this once more. And then begin to notice this body. And lastly, this mind. Taking a moment to be grateful for making it to our mat today, the hardest part of our practice. And for showing up for yourself. We'll gently begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. You're welcome to draw the knees into the chest, roll onto one side into a fetal position if that resonates with you. We'll gently begin to make our way back up into our comfortable seat. Bringing hand to hand into our Anjali Mudra. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's truly an honor to be a part of your practice. Om Shanti 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 Hi.